My name's Dean Tanner, and my wife Cindy and I and our family have been members here at Oak Mountain since the summer of 2000. Talking a little bit about losing my job last fall, unfortunately, we've become one of the unemployed amongst our group. Since the end of October, I've been out of work and looking for the next opportunity. Through that process, I guess, we've seen God work in a lot of ways. First and foremost was even just the first day when I came home on a Monday afternoon and told Cindy that I was going to be leaving the company that I was with. We cried and we talked a lot and we prayed a lot about what was going to happen and how we were going to deal with that. She's been pretty much a stay-at-home mom for the last 10 or 12 years, but has worked periodically just to keep her license active as a physical therapist. And she had put out some feelers prior to all this coming about, but the day that I came home and told her that I was going to be leaving the company, that very evening, a former classmate of hers from graduate school called her and said, "Can you come talk to us about coming to work for us?" While it's not what we would choose to do, we would choose for me to be working and for her to be home more with our children. It has been God's way of providing for us in the short term. It's hard on Monday morning to wake up and go, I don't have any place to go again today. And certainly it's been very difficult for me personally, just from a pride standpoint. And I think that's what God has pointed out to me through all of this is that there's a lot of areas in my life that I've been broken and been able to sort of turn that over and walk away from me wanting to do it all myself. But I don't know that I've ever really done that with my career, with my vocation. I am so hung up on wanting to do it all myself and to be able to provide for my family and provide for my kids and my wife and be successful. And what God's pointed out to me is that that was all about Dean, and it didn't have anything to do with him. And I'm reminded of the passage in 2 Chronicles where he talks about, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves. And that's kind of where he brought me to the point of, you're calling out my name, but in this particular area of your life, you didn't really humble yourself. And I don't want this to be Dean's doing great because he's such a spiritual guy. Today's been hard. Today's been a tough day. But God is still faithful. He's promised to be faithful, and he's still faithful, and he's been faithful. This is not the first time I've been unemployed. And this has been, while it's not easy, it has been a fully different experience this time around than it was 11 years ago. And I think it's because we've been through that, and we saw how God was faithful, and we saw how we were provided for, and we saw how he didn't leave us or forsake us. He never let us go.